Servers and Cloud Explained. Hey everybody, this is your host and today we're going to launch your first server in 10 minutes. Alright, servers, what exactly are they and what do they do? The answer is simple, but I get it. If you don't come from a tech background, all this talk about networking can be a little daunting, so here's my personal definition. Servers are just computers that have been assigned some kind of special role on the network. There's no magic. It's not sorcery, it's just a job. Think about your home network. You probably have a router. Well, that's a server too. It's a device that manages incoming and outgoing traffic between the internet and your local network. So let's go through a few common types of servers. A file server stores and manages files that can be accessed by multiple users on the network. For example, maybe your company wants to store everyone's project plans in one place. In this case, you would set up a file server where all employees can upload and download the latest plans. Web servers run websites. They handle requests from browsers like Chrome or Firefox and send back the data that you see in your browser window. Some popular web servers are Apache and Nginx. Mail servers handle all those emails you send and receive. They manage incoming and outgoing messages and store them in mailboxes until you retrieve them. Two common mail servers are Postfix and Microsoft Exchange. Domain name system servers, aka DNS servers, are like a phone book for the internet. They translate human-friendly domain names, like Google.com, into IP addresses that computers use to locate each other on the internet. Alright, so that's what servers do, but which one should you use? If you're running a small business or working on a personal project, you might start with something simple like a Raspberry Pi. If you need more processing power, storage, or bandwidth, you can upgrade to a virtual private server. Here's a list of pros and cons to help you decide. With Windows Server, you get a user-friendly interface, support for Active Directory, which is great for managing users and permissions, and robust software like IaaS and SQL Server. However, it can be pricey and you need some Windows administration skills. With Linux, you get a lightweight, cost-effective, and secure option. Popular choices include Ubuntu Server and CentOS. And there are lots of helpful online communities and documentation. On the downside, the command line interface can be a little intimidating if you're new to servers. Now don't worry, you'll get there. You can even try both. Many hosting providers offer both Windows and Linux servers. Do some research and choose what fits your needs and comfort level. Just remember, regardless of which server type you choose, you need to keep it secure. Implement strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, regularly update your software, and install a firewall to protect against cyber threats. Now on to the next question. Where should you host your server? Two main options, on your own hardware or in the cloud. Let's start with on your own hardware. You can set up your server on your own computer or buy physical hardware like a desktop PC or a small form factor server. This gives you complete control over your environment, but it also requires more technical expertise and upfront investment. Plus, it's difficult to scale. Say your app starts getting popular and needs more resources. You'll have to invest in additional hardware and spend time migrating your data. Not easy. And finally, it's challenging to ensure high availability. If your hardware fails, your server goes down. To mitigate this risk, you can invest in redundancies like backup hardware and a UPS, but that increases your upfront costs and complexity. Okay, so let's explore the cloud. Cloud computing lets you access remote servers over the internet, and you only pay for the resources you actually use. No upfront investment needed. You can choose from three main service models. IaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. With IaaS, you rent raw computing resources like servers, storage, and networking. You have full control over the operating system and applications. Think of it like renting an apartment. You pay for the space and utilities, but you're responsible for furnishing and maintaining the apartment. IaaS offerings from major providers include Azure EC2, Azure Virtual Machines, and Google Compute Engine. PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. PaaS provides a platform for developing and deploying applications. You don't need to manage the underlying infrastructure or operating system. It's like having a furnished apartment with utilities included. You can focus on building your application without worrying about the IT plumbing. Popular PaaS offerings include AWS Elastic Beanstalk, Azure App Service, and Google App Engine. And then there's SaaS, Software as a Service. This model provides ready-to-use software applications over the internet. You don't manage any infrastructure or applications. It's like having a house with furniture, appliances, and utilities included. You just move right in and start using the software. Examples of SaaS applications include Gmail, Slack, and Salesforce. All right, we've covered what servers do and where to host them. Next up, let's talk about how to remotely manage your servers. There are various tools for managing and accessing servers remotely. Let's dive into 3 popular ones, starting with SSH. SSH stands for Secure Shell and is widely used to securely access and manage Linux servers. Here's a simple example. Let's say we have a Linux server with username user, an IP address 192.168.1.1. We can use the following command to connect via SSH. Notice the @ symbol, the colon, and the port number at the end. SSH is very versatile. You can copy files, run commands, set up automated tasks, and more. Okay, next up is RDP. RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol and is developed by Microsoft for remotely connecting to Windows servers and desktops. Simply search Remote Desktop and hit Enter, then click on Show Options. You'll see a dialog box where you can specify the server name or IP address, the username and password, and the port number. RDP is great for managing Windows servers and desktops. It provides a full graphical interface, meaning you can interact with the server just like you would locally. Lastly, we have TeamViewer. TeamViewer is a cross-platform solution that allows you to connect to servers and desktops. It offers both a command line interface and a user-friendly graphical interface. To connect to a server via TeamViewer, you'll need the server's IP address and a unique ID. Once you have this information, you can use TeamViewer's quick support tool. It's handy for situations where you're helping someone else with their computer, like your mom. Alright, you now speak server admin, but where do you go from here? One great way to apply your newfound knowledge is by learning how to host a WordPress site on AWS. Comment below Cloud if you want us to make that tutorial. Comment IT if you want to see more videos like this one. Hit the like button if you enjoyed and subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching. See ya.